Moin und herzlich willkommen hier wieder zurück bei Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York. Ja, beim letzten Mal haben wir das Ende von Frank Doughty mitbekommen und haben ein wenig mehr für die Anarchs getan, beziehungsweise ich glaube für eine Anarchin war es, glaube ich, für Mia. Ich weiß nicht mehr ganz genau, ich glaube, ich sollte mich da einschleusen oder dergleichen. Ich bin mir nicht mehr so ganz sicher. Die Story ist jetzt gerade mir so ein bisschen wieder... ist jetzt gerade wieder so ein bisschen in Vergessenheit geraten. Aber was wir heute machen wollen, und ich hatte es ja versprochen, heute gucken wir uns wieder mal D'Angelo an. Aber vorher müssen wir erstmal wieder resten und schauen mal, ob wir vielleicht noch was für Sophie tun müssen. Wir werden sehen. Wir werden natürlich wieder unterbrochen. A piece of paper is sticking out of your mailbox. It's a computer printout, a note, and a screenshot from Google Maps. It reads, "Meet me at the indicated spot tomorrow at 10 p.m. I'll pick you up and we'll take it from there." No signature. The place marked on the map is the lookout point near Pier 1, just next to the Brooklyn Bridge. Check the phone that Mia passes on to you. No new messages, no missed calls. It's all a bit fishy, but there's only one way to find out who addresses this to you. Ich hatte gerade irgendwie die Überlegung, ob das wie diese komische Kacknosferatu in seiner Limousine ist, aber schauen wir mal. Looks like tomorrow evening has been planned out for you. Tomorrow evening, okay. Ja, das wäre ja jetzt. You go downstairs as soon as you wake up. One more glance at the phone, but no news from Mia. Take the car down to Brooklyn, park on Front Street, and approaching the meeting point cautiously. A figure of about Mia's size is standing there, dressed in an oversized jacket and looking out towards Manhattan. As you approach, you can hear her muttering something. Mia? Fragezeichen. It is true, but I do not think it true. It's true, oder? If I do not think it true, achso, then it cannot be true. And if it cannot be true, then... Is that you, Mia? Hey, Mia, is that you? The woman turns around. It's not Mia. Whoever it is, you have seen her before. She looks perfectly plain and unmemorable. It's not her. It is you. You are me, and I am you. And we are her. And we are here. Jetzt eine Makavianerin an, wenn ihr mich fragt. You turn around. 3 men, all of them burly and threatening, approach you. One of them takes the lead. Warum werde ich eigentlich immer in irgendwie Fallen geführt? So, you got the message. And who are you jokers? Your, how you say it, entourage. The boss wants to meet you. Callahan. Callahan? That's Boss Callahan to you, fuckface. Boss Callahan. Oh. I suggest you get a move on. We've got places to be. The voice of the woman keeps creeping into your consciousness. The litany of gibberish ever present throughout this entire conversation. The man cracks his knuckles. Oh, we can do it the hard way. Agree to go with them, fight back, fight resisting, tough it out. Ich geh einfach mal mit. Yeah, okay, I'll go with you. Smart. They lead you down the pier and onto a motorboat. The engine starts. Put this on. He points to a cloak sack. One of the guys is holding you down. The woman is still there, whispering to herself. Somehow, you hear her voice clearly in your head, becoming a nagging suggestion to put the sack over your head. You don't really want to do it, but your hands go through the emotions all the same. Takes 15 or so minutes to reach a destination, you think. The engine dies down and you have lit on shore. And then further, up an incline and through some overgrowth. 10 more minutes of walking, maybe, until a deep voice reaches your ears. Vincent, my dear boy. What the hood over our guest's face. Well, boss, I thought... No. That will not do. How many times do I have to repeat myself, Vincent? You don't have to think. You have to listen. And do what you're told, yes? Yes, boss. Well, take that ridiculous sack off her head, will ya? The hood comes off. The owner of the D voice is a curious sight, dressed in what only can be described as Victorian clothing with a monocle and graying red hair. Is this Callahan? Apologies for Vincent's unacceptable behavior. He can be a little thick sometimes. Isn't that right, Vincent? Yes, boss, sometimes a little. I believe you already know who I am. You're Boss Callahan. Right, you are, and I'm guessing you know my role in the city. I represent the Anarch movement, while you... I'm not quite sure what you represent. I have invited you here to find it out. Now, let me make myself perfectly clear. I am disappointed in you. Truly disappointed. But I arranged this meeting to allow you to make amends. First, though, I have to make sure you understand what your infraction was. So, do you know why you are here? Torque. Wir werden noch Torque. I feel like you're dying to tell me. I can't help but I feel like you're dying to tell me. Don't get smart with me. He takes your face in his hand. While Vince holds you in a tight grip, he squeezes hard and looks you deep in the eyes. Torque is the reason you're here. Or that little angry strumpet of his, I'm told, yes? Mia. Oh, how I'd love to get my hands on her gaunt neck and wring it out until it breaks. Das ist ein bisschen aggressiv, der gute Herr. But see, I'm a statesman. And that's not the prudent thing to do. No, indeed, the prudent thing to do is tolerate both her and that blasted ebony-skinned mentor of hers. If you ask me, it all went downhill when you women folk got voting rights. Made you believe you were on the same level as us men. What a ridiculous notion that was. Okay, er ist ein bisschen old-fashioned, also auch schon sehr alt. Ich weiß gar nicht, wann in den Staaten Frauen wählen durften. Vielleicht sollte man das mal googeln. Oha, please let me go. Ich weiß gar nicht mehr, was das heißt. Ist das nicht eigentlich Feeding Opportunity? Finish with your disgusting rant? Oh, fledgling, you have no idea who you're messing with. He looks at you with rage in his eyes, and you feel insignificant and vulnerable. An irrational fear takes over you. You cannot speak up against this man again. You just can't. He's too terrifying. Now that I have your full attention, I will request something from you, and you will obey me to the letter. But that comes later. First, you will answer a few questions. The first of which is, who pointed you to Mia? Also eigentlich will ich Sophie da nicht mit reinziehen. Das könnte richtig harten Ärger bedeuten. Allerdings ist er sehr alt und nicht dumm. Das heißt, wenn ich sage, das ist meine Idee, wird er mich wahrscheinlich foltern oder was auch immer. Ich bin ein selbstverliebter Vampir, oder? Ich sag einfach, Sophie war's. Sophie made me do it. Did she now? Interesting. Why would she want her protégé to talk to someone like me, I wonder? I wanted to contact Torque. Soll ich ihm wirklich die Wahrheit erzählen? Ich mach's mal. I wanted to contact Torque. I had to go through Mia. Ah, yes, the so-called veteran loves to use petite girls to hide behind, I heard. That would check out. What did she end up discussing? She wanted to do her a favor. I want her to explain the annex to me. I just wanted to learn about the annex, so I asked her about the movement. Oh, child, you should have come to me then. You should have come to me then. I am the anarch movement in New York City, and nobody makes a secret out of it. You bet on the wrong horse, as I'm sure you'll soon learn. See, that wasn't hard, no, was it? Of course. I can't be sure of how much of you told me was true and how much of it is worth about as much as yesterday night's horse shit. But I'll find out. I always do. When I do, we'll have another one of these nice talks. And maybe, just maybe, you'll avoid this upcoming unpleasant episode next time. He gives Vince a sign and the burly man starts hitting you all over. You feel teeth, ribs and fingers break. Your foot is mangled under Vince's boot. Your shoulder dislocated, your nose racked. Net impression from Baron of New York. That's enough, Vincent. Leave them be. He snaps his fingers in front of your face a few times and checks if you can focus on his face. You can, but barely. I am a man of principle. Another night I would perhaps put you in a casket, dip it in the concrete and dump it in the Hudson. A favorite of mine during the roaring 20s. Ah, it's been a while. But like I mentioned before, I'm nothing but prudent. And so the interests of this city's kindred must come before my own needs and wants. I will therefore let you continue your existence. Be nett von ihm. Here's what I require in return for this boon. You are forbidden to meet Torque. I will keep an eye on you, on him. If you want a place with the anarchs, you should go through me and only me, got it? You have to understand that I made my associates do to you tonight was just business. We can still work out a mutually beneficial relationship. In fact, it's either that or your final death. Time to go, Vincent. Take the boat back. Leave the fledgling here. I think they have a lot to think about. Sure thing, boss. Pleasure making your acquaintance. Callahan walks away, as do Vince and his band of thugs. You lie on the ground for a while longer, feeling the blood slowly putting your body back together. Your hunger growing. You can hear the beast calling for sustenance, for safety, for revenge. A distant but pronounced third desire. It's not until you mend yourself enough to appear more as a mugging victim than an impossibly mangled walking cadaver that you hail a passing taxi passing and head back to your haven. Okay, das ist zweimal passing ist falsch. You give the driver your address and pass out. The darkness greets you. Some time passes, you think. You feel somebody shaking you. You open your eyes. It's the driver. You think he's asking you if you're alright. His words changed to a muffled shout. He goes silent. You think he tastes great. Masquerade is a tired, caffeine-pumped taxi driver with high cholesterol can taste. Warm blood pours down your throat and flows your limbs, mending them. He is growing cold, but you still do not have control. You are still observing, not acting. Your body is not yours. The beast is in charge. Regain control. Isn't true. That's enough. No, it's not. I said it's enough. It will never be enough. Enough! Break away from the man. He's dazed but conscious. He groggily says something about feeling tired. You leave the money on the driver's seat and let him rest on the back. The 4 familiar walls of your haven are a blessing. The beast inside you keeps nagging, but you have reined it in tonight. Not a small feat, given your state. You're still weak. You're still not quite mended. You need to rest. Tomorrow you will have to feed again. Tomorrow, you will have to consider your next move. Callahan is not the kind of man who quits. But tonight, you rest. Holy camoli. Okay. Es wird zunehmend, ich sag mal so, unangenehmer. Jetzt sind die Anax auf mich aufmerksam geworden. Das ist natürlich auch ein Badass-Move, mit einer anderen Partei anzubandeln. Also, ich weiß es nicht mehr 100%. Ich müsste mir jetzt die Videos angucken, um das zu wissen. Aber ich glaube, dass wir ja eigentlich mit Torque nur sprechen sollten wegen eines Gefallens. Also das, was ich eben nicht angeklickt habe. Und das kam, glaube ich, von Sophie. Und ich überlege die ganze Zeit, was Sophie für ein Spiel spielt. Also vielleicht wollte sie sogar, dass Callahan auf mich aufmerksam wird. Also auf den Charakter, auf Stevie. Man weiß es nicht. Aber da ich ja gesagt habe, achso, you need to rest. Okay, ich muss leider nochmal wieder ausruhen. Aber das schauen wir uns auch noch an. Vielleicht muss ich ja jetzt wieder irgendwas tun. Ja. Waking up tonight feels different for 2 reasons. For one, you're pleasantly surprised that your body mended reasonably well while you were resting. Comes with a caveat though. The hunger you feel is pronounced. The beast like a black dog on the edge of your vision following you. But what is truly remarkable is waking up on the tune of an old cell phone ringtone. An unknown number is calling the phone you got from Mia. You pick up. Kept that old thing charged after all, huh? You alright? Cut to the chase. I feel like shit. No, actually, I feel like shit. Look, that's too bad. But I don't really care. I was just being polite. I'm calling with good news. Torque has agreed to meet you. There's a pub in the Bronx. Solids and Stripes. Be there tonight? 2 things. No drinking on the premises. So if you want to grab a snack, do it before setting the foot in the burrow. And this is an exclusively no powers meeting. We'll be rubbing shoulders with commoners the whole evening, and also we don't trust you, so keep it casual, or you'll blow it. Anything you'd like to add? If we're to meet, I need you to offer me protection from Callahan. I met him yesterday, he kicked my ass and forbade me from meeting Torque. Silence on the line. Fuck! More silence. I can't promise you any protection on your way there or back, but at the pub, you'll be in Torque's domain. For all his posturing, Callahan doesn't have the balls to strike Torque directly. We'll post additional lookouts on watch. That's the best I can do. If Callahan got under your skin, I get it. I was in that spot once or twice too, and I've got to say this. to say is, the risk is worth it. If you don't show tonight, I won't blame you, but it's a one-time offer only. You gotta hedge your bets. Just don't do anything stupid. You meet with us tonight. It better be in good faith. She ends the call. First things first. You take the subway to your New York Street station, walk to Front Street, retrieve your car, and weigh your options while driving back to your haven. Trust your intuition. Tell Sophie you can't meet with talk. Drive around before going to meeting. Go to the meeting directly. Trust your intuition. You've been doing this for a good few nights. You're getting a feel for it. You're learning what kind of predator you are and what kinds of blood you crave. You're so caught up in yesterday's problems and this cloak and dagger debacle you're now a part of. That's the hunt feels almost automatic and casual tonight, a fragment of your surrender's control. Just minutes after you find your victim, coax them, and drink from them, you find you've forgotten their face and how they were dressed. It only hits you once you took at yourself in your car's rearview mirror. This was wrong. You can't let this become the norm. You hurt somebody, a human being. You're a monster. You need to stay mindful of this. You are a monster, but unless you let yourself off the hook, you can't hold onto your humanity and not let yourself slide down the spiral. Instead of clearing your mind, this clouded it further, and you're still no closer to a decision. Tell Sophie you can't meet with talk. Ich will Sophie natürlich auch nicht enttäuschen, weil sie kann mich bestimmt aus einer Menge Scheiße rausholen. Das könnte das jetzt auch bedeuten, wenn ich sie anrufe und sage, hey, ich kann nicht wegen Callahan, dann wird sie sagen, ich beschütze dich vielleicht davor. Oder sie wird sagen, alles klar, ich hasse dich, du bist doof, mach deinen Scheiß alleine. Keine Ahnung. Ich könnte rumfahren, einfach nur, falls... Vielleicht bemerke ich dadurch Leute, die mir folgen oder sowas. Für Callahan vielleicht sogar, die ich dann abschütteln kann. Und wenn ich direkt zum Meeting gehe, ist wahrscheinlich... Das ist wahrscheinlich beschissen, das werde ich nicht machen. Ich gehe aber... Ich bin selbstständig, ich bin Venshu. Ich muss niemandem sagen, dass ich mich nicht mit irgendjemandem treffen darf. Wen ich treffen darf, entscheide ich selber. Deswegen drive ich around. You do intend to visit Talk tonight, but you decide to drive around a bit first. Something tells you there might be somebody tailing you. Haha, ich hab's gesagt. It sounds sensible to try and lose them. You speed a good 2 hours, look in your rear view mirror and driving all over the city before finally driving to the Bronx. You take some basic precautions as you enter Talk's turf. You park a few streets over from where the pub is and walk towards it, while keeping an eye out for anyone suspicious. Das ist ja auch eine geile Gegend, aber der rote Mond, ey, das sieht auch so geil aus. Ich mag das Artwork des Spiels total, ey. Haben sie gut gemacht. That kindred, for the most part, look no different than regular people. Makes things complicated, of course. If you're being followed or watched, it's going to be hard to tell. You reach the pub, shoot a final glance around. There's nobody suspicious around as far as you can see. Hand open the door. Das Problem ist, es sind meistens 4 oder 5 Nosferatu irgendwo anwesend. Und der wird sicherlich seine Späher haben. Vor allem, dass sie das jetzt so oft sagen, das macht mich ein bisschen suspicious. The smell of cigarettes is overwhelming. The whole place has an aura about it. A constant fog hanging right under the ceiling. The lethargic fans do nothing to disperse it. The constant crack of billiard balls and clinging of glasses tell you all you need to know about the clientele. Not a very vampiric place at all. You're wondering if you got the address right. You apparently did. Mia's here. She motions you over to one of them few tables around. Took your sweet time to get here. What got cold feet? Never mind. Anyone followed you? Weren't you supposed to place lookouts that verify that? We did. Got word of you coming in a few minutes ago. I'm just checking if you paid attention. Before I introduce you, there's some outstanding businesses to discuss. I appreciate your help with getting that name out of Bruce. It's going to be a tough nut to crack, his master. She's one of the lawmen. Times where they'd sooner align with us than the cam. Anyway, this isn't the night for his history lesson. Talk's been waiting for you. He's been impressed by your work so far. Here's a chance to shine. Don't blow it. You walk toward one of the tables. A guy in a coat and a hat leans over to take his shot. He's way ahead of his opponent. The table is clear of his boards, save for the 8-ball in a tricky position. Hey, there they are. They are here. Das ist Talk, oder was? Be with you in just a moment. The hit is fast, precise, and sends the black ball exactly where its player wanted it. His opponent lets out a frustrated sigh. That's that. I believe that's $150 American, Joey. You'll wanna pay up now or up the stakes again? The disgruntled man accepts his defeat and pays up, then declares he's going to grab another beer. To the victor, to the spoils. Thank you kindly. Turns his full attention to you. The man is good looking, if somewhat gaunt and intense. His eyes especially seem to pierce right through your core, but not in an unpleasant way. Name's Tori. I believe you're Stevie, Sophie Langley's new plaything, is that right? How, you anarchs too? How does everybody always know that? Word travels fast when you care to listen, fledgling. We wouldn't be talking tonight if I hadn't learned that a long time ago. Forgive my being real with you right off the bat, but I'd like to know who is it I'm dealing with. So here's something that I've been scratching my head about. If you're with Langley and Langley's cam through and through, I'm told what is you've come to accomplish here tonight. Sophie Langley wants to meet with you. Don't ask why. She didn't tell me. She just said it has something to do with gathering allies against Boss Callahan. I'm here to arrange that meeting. The fuck? I knew nothing about this tea. They lied to me. Mia's furious. She's looking at the pool cue and at you as if she was figuring out the best combination for the two. Die Dialoge sind manchmal echt geil. Also ich find's echt gut. Sorry. Muss gerade mal ein bisschen was trinken. Weiter geht's. It's fine. I appreciate the honesty, even if you weren't straight with my second in command. That I don't appreciate. Well, well, well. Ain't that an interesting proposition? You can't be serious thinking about meeting with Langley. She's hardline cam. It's a trap. It must be. It just might be. It just might. He looks at you, pierces you with his unnaturally keen eyes. He's about to say something when a door opens at the back of the room. That's okay. Man. Hey, Torque, you, could have guessed? They're in the back. Mia, won't you be dear and keep on your friend company? I'll see what this commotion is. Sure thing. Torque tips his hat to you and walks to the back, joining the man who called for him. Mia glowers at you, this time weighing one of the pool boards in her hand. She looks like she has half a mind to chuck it at your face. You gotta be quite happy with yourself, bluffing your way in here. It might have started as a task from Sophie, but I'm glad I could meet you and Torg. Don't hold it against me. No, I'm totally going to hold it against you, and for a while. You made me look like a chump in front of Torg. Here, was beginning to think you might make a good addition to our little family. There's a whole lot of trust you'll have to regain before that happens now. Torg appears from a door at the back and calls across the room. Yo, Mia, can I grab it for a sec? Stevie, get over here too. You go to the back room. It's basically a storage area with a single wooden desk. It's pretty cramped, especially considering there are 5 other people in there with you. Torg ushers you and closes the door behind you and Mia. 2 burly dudes are holding somebody down. A familiar voice reaches your ears. Ah, scheiße. Motherfuckers, you pay for this, you hear me? The boss is going to fuck you up so bad, you have no idea. Das Problem ist, glaube ich, dass der jetzt nicht mehr lange überleben wird. Vince. Und du, ach, warte mal, der hat ja mich zusammengeschlagen, oder? Mal gucken, was er mir jetzt offert. Have you had the doubtful pleasure of meeting Mr. Cerruti before, Stevie? We have a score to settle. I have a score to settle with this fucker. You're fucked. You're so fucked you don't even know it. You stupid piece of shit. I would have ended you yesterday. The boss told you to stay away. You should have listened. That is a story a half, ain't it? Vince, calm down now and tell me how many of you guys are still out there on my turf. Go fuck yourself. You're done. The boss will know the stupid piece of shit Fletcher came here. He knows they're with Langley. You know what that means, Torg. No, I don't. What does it mean, Vince? Now the boss can wipe you out. He'll just say you're sucking Langley's tits and all those buddies of yours gone. You're done, Torg. Well, now, if this is the case, I guess ridding New York City of your toady ass won't make things any worse, will it? Actually, there's an idea. Vince mentioned that he met up with you yesterday. Did I hear that right, Stevie? You want to repay the favor? Ich habe schon drauf gewartet. Gladly. Go right ahead. Hurt Vince a lot. You hit Vince once, twice, his chuckling in the beginning, but you focus your blood with some extra oomph and keep hitting him again, more, until he stops laughing. He's bruised, battered and broken. The 2 anarch dudes let go of him, and you kick him some more while he's on the floor. You only stop when you hear Torg's voice. Enough, Stevie. He takes an old pool cue and breaks it over his knee. Stake him and take him downstairs. Let's keep Callahan guessing about what happened to his favorite puppy. Mia takes the sharp piece of wood and jams it into Vince's chest. His features grow slack and his entire body inert. He doesn't have time to give out a yelp. The other 2 anarchs take him out of the room. As entertaining as that was, I think Vince's his unmatched wisdom shared more than Callahan would hope for. This changes things. Ever heard about Operation Lights Out, Stevie? It was the second Inquisition effort here in New York City. A single night of raids, a magnitude never seen before or since. The Ivory Tower got away with just a few losses here and there. No major players were hit. They managed to find safe spots and stay out of the eye of the shitstorm. Us, though, we got hit hard all over town. Havens were rooted out, entire coteries and safe houses gone, just like that. Nobody saw it coming. I barely got out of this in one piece. Mia looks at him with concern and puts a hand on his arm. He shrugs it off gently but surely. Others, like my child Barb, or Mia, sire, extinguished. But you know who got out of without a scratch? Callahan. We've thought about it for the past few years. How is that Big B managed to excuse himself from the Staten Island Museum where he used to meet, just before Vance, a full guise in body armor, showed up? How is that as my baby's burning up after being shot with incendiary rounds, I also see Doc Callahan running with his tail between his legs, pushing fledglings like you in the path of the SI? We think the bastard knew that was coming, and he set us up. Not just us. Some of our brothers and sisters who got hit hard. Some of the lowest profiles in this city licks population. The moral of the story, Callahan is an opportunistic motherfucker, and if his thickest followers suggest he's going to sell me out, then that's what he's going to do, as sure as the sun rises. Pauses for a moment, you see him reach a decision. You said something about Langley having an offer for me? It might be your fault, in part, that I'm in this juncture, but now's going to be as good as a time as any to listen to what she has to say. I don't think that's wise, T. Well, that would have me do, then. What would have me do, then? You said it yourself. It is all this fledgling's fault. They brought this on us. So let's use them as a bargaining chip. Callahan wants them, Langley needs them, they are valuable. No, you're wrong. I'm just a pawn. That's why Sophie sent me here. Plausible deniability and all that. I'm expendable. The realization that you just summarized the entirety of the last 2 weeks or so hits you hard. But if there was a moment to be honest with yourself, it's now. Fuck! The man puts his hand on Mia's shoulder. She calms down a bit. We're afraid, Stevie. But then, what else is new? It's a paradox being who we are. The hunter one night, the hunted another. Masters of the night, slaves of the dawn. A duality to everything. Mia, I understand your concern, but I need to trust you to trust me like you did before. This is my call and my responsibility. You can't give me shit about later like I'm sure you will. Count on it. He smiles, then takes on a no bullshit look and points at you. 3 conditions. First, you come pick me up personally and bring me to the meeting spot. Anything goes sideways, it's your ass. Second, Mia's coming with me. No two ways about it. 8 eyeballs in the meeting. The 2 of you, the 2 of us. Nobody else. And the third, the meeting is public. Downtown. Some spot frequently by mortals. We see you take us anywhere fishy, we check out and fuck you up as a message to Langley. I count on it not coming to that though. You seem likable enough. The cam hasn't got its talents on you yet. Keep it up, and maybe you'll come to the same conclusion we did in our own first time. In our own time. In your own time. Sorry about my reading. I repeat the conditions to Sophie. I doubt it's dangerous being alright. I'll wait and see. I make sure to repeat your conditions to Sophie. You do that. Best be on your way. Ask for me here when you need me. The bartender knows how to get in touch. Just ask him to put the owner on the line. Mia walks you to the door and accompanies you to your car. Now listen, about what I said before. Yeah, what about it? I panicked. That's all that was. It was unfair what I said. If anything, it's my fault. I'm angry with myself, and that makes me angry with you. Ah, forget it. See ya! She starts walking back to the bar as you start the engine and head back to Sophie's apartment. Time to give Sophie the good news. She welcomes you as openly as ever, clearly excited to see you for what news you might bring. Good evening, Stevie. How is your task going? You have something for me, perhaps? I did what you asked. The meeting is set up. I'd suggest we take advantage of it quickly, though. There's going to be trouble. Trouble? What trouble? Boss Callahan's goons grabbed me yesterday and forced me to meet with him. He was very clear that I cannot be seen taken to Torque, or he'll have me killed. I went and did it anyway. I appreciate your dedication, I really do. I'm sorry if you got hurt. Thank you for following through. Oh, ich kann nicht mehr lesen. Thank you for following through. Well, let's hear it. What did Torque agree to? You relay the Anarch's leader's conditions. You're to pick him and me up. The meeting should include the four of you, and it should be held in a public place. Those are all fair enough, although I do worry about that Mia character. Tell me, do you think she's trustworthy? I met some Anarchs over the past few nights, and she was one of the more agreeable ones. She's fine, I guess. I see. Very well. As for the place, I wonder if they would agree to meeting in a Hudson Yards, the vessel. Plenty of tourists visit that place, but if we go there after midnight... She seems to have made up her mind. Yes, bring them there tomorrow night. Look for me near the top level. Ich bin sehr neugierig jetzt. What's so important that you can't just send him a letter or something? You'll be there to find out. Pick them up at midnight, then drive back to Midtown. That's the plan. I'll be waiting as long as it takes, within reason. I'm counting on you, Stevie. The final puzzle piece is about to find its way to its destination. After that, we will all get our just reward. You, me, the Camarilla, even the Anarchs. I could kiss you. Yes, you'd like that. You desire it. She must have caught it in your expression. She smiles. A figure of speech, darling, or at least it is tonight. But a few nights from now, who knows? I'm grown too fond of you, and success whets my appetite for these kinds of things. The sexual tension in the room becomes unbearable until it suddenly disappears. Was this another of Sophie's tricks, or an actual spark of arousal in both of your undead bodies? You certainly felt the blood flow through you for a short moment. The warmth in your groin takes you by surprise. You didn't think you could do that anymore, or did you just imagine it? Use the rest of the night well, Stevie, and rest. We are but a day's sleep away from shaking this city awake. Holy shit. Okay, das hat jetzt ein bisschen länger gedauert, als ich eigentlich dachte. Damit sind wir jetzt auch schon am Ende. Und was für ein geiler Cliffhanger, muss ich sagen. Ich bin super gespannt, was uns als nächstes erwartet. Was passiert jetzt mit Callahan? Will sie Callahan absägen? Wollen sie einen Krieg anfangen? Wie sieht das alles aus? Ich bin sehr gespannt. Ja, aber für heute soll es das gewesen sein. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß mit dieser Folge. Sonst, wenn nicht, lasst es mich wissen. Warum nicht? durch mein schlechtes Lesen oder dergleichen, wie auch immer. Ich gelobe Besserung und ich versuche es immer und immer besser zu machen. Ich hoffe, wie gesagt, ihr hattet Spaß und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal, wenn es wieder heißt Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York. Und dann schauen wir mal, wie wir die Stadt wachrütteln können. Bis dann.